How you doing? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk about how to naturally increase your dopamine levels. I mean, there's a link between alcohol and dopamine. You get a dopamine hit when you're drinking alcohol, but that dopamine actually starts to wane. And the more you drink alcohol, the less effective it is as giving you a dopamine hit, and you start getting the opposite side of that. And there is always that dopamine seesaw. So you've got the dopamine hit, and then the dopamine will fall over to the other side. It's the pain and pleasure thing. So you get the pleasure of the dopamine hit, and then when the pleasure is wearing off, you get the pain then from the come down. That's almost with every drug that you take. It's almost with every dopamine hit that you get that you'll get the opposite end. The problem is that the more you take the dopamine, the more it goes over to the other side, and the less it'll go to the positive side. So the more it'll go to the negative side, the more less it'll go over to the positive side. Anyway, we're talking here about stopping drinking alcohol. I'm going to give you 4 or 5 ways that you can naturally increase your own dopamine levels. The whole point of this is to try and get yourself into a position where your dopamine levels go back to normal, so that they're on an even keel, so that there's only a slight dip in them. So you still get that pain and pleasure thing. So you still get the pain after the pleasure, but it's not really noticeable. It's like a little bit of you get the happiness, and then it's like, that little bit of but it's not really pain, if you get what I mean. So how to do that? The first thing to do is, and I'm sure that when people are asking this question, that they're asking about well-being, that they're not asking about, how much dopamine have I got? How am I going to really increase it? What people are asking for is how they can increase their own well-being in life. Dopamine is responsible for so many things. It is a very complicated neurotransmitter that I don't pretend to understand, but I'm talking about it from that perspective of trying to rebalance your life and give yourself a lot more feelings of positive well-being in your life. So the first thing to do is to stop all drugs, right? I mean, get rid of all the drugs that are, especially the ones that are really changing your way of thinking in a positive, negative way. That big swing. So alcohol is out, all of the sort of drugs like cocaine and heroin and all of that kind of stuff. No more of that. Even marijuana to a certain degree. Get rid of that, because if you can do that, then your dopamine levels are going to go back to their normal ways. You can help it along by getting good sleep. When you stop drinking alcohol, a lot of people don't get good sleep, but just have some patience with this, right? Your body has to get used to, your body's got to get used to not physically being knocked out every night. So once you do that, then you'll find that you are getting better sleep. Good exercises, and also a way. We talk about this a lot over on the platform. We call it the vigorous cycle. So it's sleep, exercise, good food, keeping the shit out of your brain, the damaging stuff. Listen to too much of the news on either side, regardless of who you are, because everyone's trying to pump in their own version of what's happening, and it can screw around with your brain. So try and keep away from that as much as you can. Like I said, good exercise is a good thing. So just 20-30 minutes of exercise every day, and it puts your brain into a different level, and you get that dopamine hit from exercise, and you also get a nice sort of a gentle seesaw motion on the opposite side as well, because you're exercising, and it helps you. Like I said, good food, good nutritious food. So one of the things about good food is to put in good nutritious food, but also avoid certain types of food as much as you can. It's not saying that you can't have a 4-cheese pizza every so often. It's a good thing. I like it, but just keep it down to a minimum. And the last thing is just to look at things from a long-term perspective. Look at this as a long-term goal that you want. So you're trying to achieve long-term basal well-being. So you're really looking for contentment in your life, so that you've got an overall level of contentment. It's not up and down like a seesaw or like a fairground ride, that kind of thing. So just keep in mind that less of the instant stuff, the instant gratification, and more of the thinking about your long-term stuff, long-term goals. How are you going to be happy in the long term? Looking after yourself, building habits. These can all contribute to really long-term well-being. So I'll leave it there for today. Take good care of yourself, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Onwards and upwards. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth. Take care. Bye now.